All right, all right, all right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
This is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. This Arizona crowd ready to roar in this Western Conference matchup for the Phoenix Suns. And, of course, this is the first they're seeing him now. NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Kay.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so, too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Anderson. Charlie Villanueva out there with Chandler Parsons. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Harris in at the 2 spot. But what a season for Alex Len last year. Came in looking to find a spot for the team, and he made huge jumps in his game.
And I think it correlated with his minutes going up as well. I mean, played a lot more minutes, and he's a very complete big guy. With the added minutes, the production has gone up as expected.
Freak kicks to Lure. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Charlie Villanueva. The big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out. And I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
And Lure drops them both.
And things just didn't really work out with Rondo here with the Mavs. Missed a lot of games and at times clashed with that coaching staff.
And the shot is good. Barea's got his first 2 points.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Barea. Knight kicks to Freak. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Warren. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And, you know, they said it was the injury, but you have to suspect the Mavs just shut him down in the playoffs. They took a big swing and missed with Rondo in acquiring him, but I think you have to give them credit for at least taking the risk.
And the basket good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And that one's good. Free. Hey. Makes the bucket. An important momentous occasion for this young guy getting his first points in an NBA uniform. Parsons attacking and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's his first trip to the line.
And just 72% from the line a season ago. Not the greatest of numbers, but there are guys who are far worse off when it comes to free throw shooting.
Both free throws good from Parsons. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Warren the pass tonight. And here's Freak. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Freak's got his second basket of the night. Barea, and it's blocked by Kay. They recover it. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Suns ahead. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court.
Harris subbed in for J.J. Barea. Phoenix leading by 12. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Nowitzki. Williams is out there with Devin Harris. Then it's Matthews, and it's Parsons in at the 4 slot. Right wing. Now here's Freak. 5 on the clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. Rejected by Nowitzki. And he gets it back. And it turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean block, but the officials felt otherwise. So we'll see some free throws here. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but, Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
Here's Freak. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Knight. Sonny Weems checks in for Freak. That'll do it for the first half.
And now, your Suns.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see it. And so it's Dallas with it. Hey, he's in at the point. Warren is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Sonny Weems. And it's Morris in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Nowitzki. That one a little long.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. You know, they've really improved at the line from the first half. Things have gotten a lot better. They've gotten there a good number of times, and they've converted a high percentage of them.
And one thing that Phoenix had for them last season was depth. A very good bench, and they provided a good scoring punch when called upon.
Now here's Williams. Defense right on him. Rebound by the Suns.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Well, Phoenix did have a strong bench, best scoring bench in the NBA in terms, Clark, of points per minute played.
Yeah, and you know, it really helped them, that bench strength, keep the pace of the game up. They were third in the league in fast break points last year.
And it's time for an injury report.
A very somber tone over here on the sideline, guys. It does not look to be good news at all. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
Morris kicks to Freak.
Well, with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring. But pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Williams.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Harris. Here's Teletovic. Villanueva covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kay. Got a hand on it, but they'll get another chance. And he gets it to go.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
That's good. You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean, I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams and their playing experience, part of their preparation for being coaches.
Harris dishes to Williams. Steps back and shoots. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And the D just a step slow, reacting to the step back.
Freak passes to Teletovic. Dishes to Freak.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Dallas also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Villanueva. Felton comes in for Williams. And Barea subbed in for Harris. Here's Mesri, and it's Dallas with another. Into the playoffs last year, with Portland being a division winner, but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams like it did last year who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
Barea kicks to Anderson. There's a good screen. Felton goes in, takes it off the glass.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Suns.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard.
My fault.
They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now here's Barea, defended by Kay, and he gets the bucket.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Passed it to Ledovich. Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Warren. 6 to shoot. Down low. It's tipped. And now Barea running the floor all by himself. There's the bucket. Good.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
Feeds it to Freak. The tray. So it's the Suns winning easily here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan player of the game. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in control. Kenny, your thoughts?
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Just an amazing impact he had in this game after not even being in the...
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Last outing for Phoenix, the loss to the New Orleans Pelicans.
And when things started to go wrong for him in that game, boy, did they ever.
In for Golden State, Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Start of the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Spates in at the center, locking down the middle. Knight on the wing. Now here's Freak. 9 points last game out. Shot clock at 5. And Curry pulls it down.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving 2. Brought back 1 as well.
Freak kicks to Len. Knight on the wing. Stolen by Thompson. And here is Curry. He's got 9. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Curry. And that's now 10 points for Klay Thompson.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment. And they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
And stolen by Barnes. And it's the Warriors on the break. Curry's got the ball. Thompson with the bucket. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnover.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
13 feet away. Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And it's Freak missing.